Hey, it's come to my knowledge. This is probably gonna sound a little strange to you, but the story is here. Smart dust and Magellan's fibers. As you know, in the scriptures it says, or Yeshua says, that I am the way and the light. No one comes before the Father but through me. Now, pay attention to the word light. Pay attention to the word light when it comes to Genesis. Okay? So we're dealing with light here right now. Let there be light, and there was light. And God separated the light from the darkness and called the light for day and the darkness for night. But light, our DNA, is actually not just a biological substance. It is also a substance that is working with light. It is a little hard to describe what I mean by that. Well, we have something called biophotons circulating within our DNA. And these are transmitters of information in our DNA. Now, after the military-industrial complex got the hands of Nikola Tesla's notes, that really sped up their search and research into using his technology for something bad. Tesla pretty much had the answer, wherever he had them from, I don't know, but he had the answer to a lot of problems that we are facing on this planet today. If we just played with the thought that his technology would have been used for good, we would not have nuclear power plants, we would not have coal industry, we would not need this type of polluting and potentially dangerous type of production of energy. We would have endless energy circulating in our atmosphere, which we could tap directly into. But back to the light. You have probably heard about this principle called Scalar. You've heard about HARP, but some of you have not heard about Scalar. Scalar is actually produced by that you are sending from one direction a radio frequency, and from another direction on the opposite, on the 180-degree plane, you're sending another frequency, the same frequency. And when they meet in the air, they're creating a scalar wave. It is an invisible light. It's in the electromagnetic spectrum. Now, this is where it gets a little insane, or maybe a little fringe for you. This scalar wave, with the help of smart dust, that all of us, and Magellan's, that all of us are breathing. It is all over in our atmosphere because it's being sprayed by the airplanes in the atmosphere. There's one reason for that, or there's many reasons for why they're doing it, but one of the reasons which I've been talking about for a very long time, and that is those of you that think that you're going to go out there in the wilderness when the tribulation begins and think you can hide. You're greatly mistaken. Humanity this time has nowhere to hide. It doesn't matter where you hide. You hide in a mine, you will still show up on their system. They will find you. No one can hide. Absolutely no one. Now, they know that this smart dust and this Magellan's, they are operating within ourselves. And they can actually take from one person, just one person, who is very angry over something. They can record that anger by his biophoton light. That can be assimilated into a computer. And that information, that frequency that this person emits, can then, by scalar wave, being conducted directly, invisibly, into a group of people. And this group of people that is being subdued to this frequency have the same construct in themselves. They have Morgellons, they have this smart dust in them, it's nanoparticulates, it's nanobots. And these are already attached to our DNA. Some people react to it and getting Magellan's disease. Some are not. Most people are not reacting to it because it's pretty harmless, but it's still pretty scientific, sci-fi, if you like. But it's not science fiction, it's science fact. By the scalar wave, these group of 100 people can be emitted this frequency onto them by a scalar wave, and these 100 people will feel the exact same level of anger that this person that they first picked up this frequency. Meaning that if we look at an incident of Ferguson, all it took, if this is the case, all it took for them was to read out one individual's anger against the system, against the police, a specific anger, and that reads out in a specific frequency in your brain pattern. The smart dust picks it up and it's being transmitted, it's being picked up, reading. And then they are writing it out to another group of people in the exact same neighborhood. So it could be that Ferguson, because it escalated as it did, and suddenly it just stopped. I mean, it just stopped. It could be that they were testing their system on that particular incident. I still say that the guy Brown, he was a thug, he was a drug dealer, he just committed a robbery, and he fit the description of the officer, Wilson, that happened to shoot and kill him. And according to Wilson, he grabbed for his gun and wounded Wilson, meaning he is attacking an officer on duty. And that is a serious offense, doing that. Mr. Brown was not exactly 4'5" of size. He was a size of a gorilla. He was huge. And this officer just found himself in danger for his life. So it might be an overkill, but nevertheless, he stopped Brown. The anger from that was read out by this system. This was read, it was assimilated into the computer, scalar wave was beamed down on a group of people, and these people felt the exact same anger, and then hell broke loose in Ferguson. This is possible. This is not science fiction, this is science fact. They can do that. They actually tested this thing in Iraq. I don't know if you remember that the Iraqi troops during the Gulf War, Second Gulf War, they gave up, like not without firing a bullet or anything. They were actually testing this system by using this read and write system, and that made these Iraqi soldiers love the American soldiers coming to their rescue. That was the feeling that they had. They simply just gave up. It was just fine. No emotions, no excessive, it didn't need any kind of force in order to make them to come and give up their guns and capitulate. It was pretty easy done. This system was tested first time in Iraq. It was very successful. This system can be tested on a group of people whenever and wherever they see it fit, such as Baltimore. So, in reality, if you really want a scary scenario, what they could do, they could take the anger, read it from some crazed person who is completely mad in his head at a point in time. They can create over a football stadium with 80,000 people a scalar wave, transmit, meaning write out this red biophoton energy frequency assimilated from one person, emit that to all of them in that stadium. Can you imagine what could happen? Could you imagine that they programmed these people with some other ideas in their head, which is also possible, which is also being done? What that could lead to? They got pretty much free hands to do whatever they see fit. And it comes to mind that in a case like this, that Yeshua said on the cross, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they're doing." Because reality is, they don't. They don't know where it comes from. It is just there. And that's part of this smart dust grid. That means that they can make you surrender out there on the battlefield, fighting against the New World Order in an instant. They can take a whole group of people and pacify them instantaneously by either make them sick, make them disorientated, or give them a sensation of complete happiness, so they completely forget about they are actually fighting for a cause, which is freedom, and then they are overtaken. This is the technology that they have, and this is a technology that they are using, and it will be a technology that will be used in great extent. And it also comes to mind in the scriptures that say that the Antichrist will overcome his enemies. All of us, he will overcome us. And everybody worship the beast. Everybody worship the beast. And who can make war against him? Meaning that those people who do not have the seal of our Lord in their forehead will all bow down to the Antichrist. And they will take the chip with a smile on their cheek, without second thought. They can be programmed to do so. Because what Satan wants, he wants control, absolute control. No one is accepted. And those leaders that think that they were being given power, and they will be given more power when they are letting him in to get the throne of the world, well, they're going to be disappointed, because they're going to put up and shut up. Because there's only one that has a word here, and that is Lucifer. He reigns solely. There is no democracy, there is no discussion. What he decides is being done. So everybody will worship the beast. That could be done with an integrated, worldwide, scalar frequency, to make everybody simply just say, wow, there he is. That's the Messiah we've been waiting for. Let's go worship him, because he brings peace to the planet, peace to the world. That's quite possible. I just want you to think about that. This technology is not sci-fi. This technology is science fact. It's being used. And I'm pretty sure it's being used every day. People are being tested, or simply just used for a testing purpose. And these people who is being tested upon, they have no knowledge about that this is going on. They ain't being told in advance that this is going to happen. Not at all. They're just being programmed. This smart dust picks up your biophotons. Those biophotons is light. It is that light that is given by us, by our Father. This light they can actually intervene with. Those they can't intervene with is those people with the seal of our Lord in their forehead. Those who are written in the book of life. Those people will not be affected. But the rest, they will. And anybody can be a subject. Anybody can be made into a victim. Anybody in this country, or on this planet for that matter, can get on the front page of every newspaper and TV station for committing unspeakable atrocity against a group of people or just one person. Yeah, it can be done. They can even, if they wanted to, they could program someone externally to go kill a high rank official. And of course the person that they are attacking to do this will of course be apprehended and prosecuted. And this person would be completely clueless to what he just did. Because they also have the ability to erase that part of the memory. Even though that is holographic, what's going on in your brain, there's also been proved that they have done these tests on rats, that they know which centers of the brain that certain memory functions have been assimilated during its growth, such as eating, playing, running. And they take out that part of the brain. And miraculously, this rat goes out and do the exact same thing that it always done. And they've been focusing on that and found out that everything that is going on within your body is light. So hold on to that light, hold it dear, because that light, it's given by your Father, your Creator. It is within your soul. That is your light. That is your breath. That is what the soul means, breath. So I'm just giving you a heads up on this. You can go look it up. You might not find much material of this, but I know this, and I'm not pulling your leg here. This is reality. God bless you.